So on this fifth film on the channel, I'm taking us on a short journey from just south of London Bridge Station to Blackfriars. And we're going to be crossing the River Thames over Blackfriars Bridge, which is one of my favourite ways to cross the Thames in London. Now I'm currently cycling down a road called Western Street, and you might be able to spot a famous building up ahead coming into view, the Shard. And I actually joined this route after cycling all the way into central London via the C10 cycle route, which used to be called the Quiet Way 1. The Quiet Way 1 was one of the very first carefully designed quiet ways for cyclists in London, and it really provided a bit of a game changer for cyclists in London because it takes us on quieter streets and incorporates shared use paths. And what's been absolutely brilliant is in recent years we've got more and more carefully designed cycle routes or cycleways that enable riders to cycle into central London. So I'm currently on the C14 route here and just about to turn right. And you might have just spotted a traffic sign there. And I just thought I should mention that in central London, we've got more and more traffic signs depicting cycle routes. So they really help us on our journeys. So do look out for traffic signs and also road markings. There's one there depicting the various cycle routes in central London. So I'm just currently cycling down New Common Street and just about to pass a very nice pub on the left here, the King's Arms. Good place for a pint of ale if you're into that kind of thing. And just approaching the junction with Borough High Street. So of course Borough High Street is famous for Borough Market, the famous food market, and we've also got London Bridge. If I were to kind of follow that road on the right there, it was another way to cross the Thames. And just joining Union Street, and as you can see, we've got a cycling contraflow. So this is a reasonably well-surfaced cycle lane. There are some things to think about, though, I feel. So obviously it's not too wide, and it does put me quite close to pedestrians. So, of course, pedestrians have priority, so we need to slow down for them where needed. And what I do tend to do is I use my bell when I need to. I've just checked my right shoulder just to move to the right-hand side of the cycle lane there because I was just passing that side road. Just wanted a little bit of space from the side road. And as I said, I tend to use my bell when I need to or when I feel it would help other people to let them know that I'm there just in case. So I do recommend you think about getting a bell for your cycle if you haven't got one already. So I'm just now on a shared use pavement or shared path, and the road that I'm going to go over here, that road would lead us to Southwark Bridge on the right there. So it's just another option for crossing the Thames. Now, just about to come up to another small junction, and I'm giving myself time to look and time to think. Is it clear? Is it clear? So I'm slowing down and checking, and that concept of looking time and thinking time was something that I've heard from the Bromley cycle training team, which is a brilliant cycle training team in South London. So if you do live in the Bromley area and need any cycle training, I definitely recommend you reach out to them. And some of the instructors there, they talk about this concept of looking time and thinking time, which is a really nice concept when we ride that, we never want to rush and we always want to give ourselves time to think, time to make good decisions, and just something to think about. So just cycling down this street, still Union Street, and I'm in a primary position here. It just gives me a bit of space from that small side road there. And we've got a hazard coming up on the right. We've got this DHL delivery lorry, so I'm just slowing down and just in case, anticipating if somebody's going to step around the back of that lorry, which they didn't. But anticipation is just really key and a key part of being a good cyclist, I feel. So that relates to our key skill of observation, and the need to make good observations and constantly be aware of what's going on in our surroundings. So we're just continuing along Union Street here, and just passing a government building on the right in a moment, and more and more cyclists on our journey. So up ahead we've got the junction with Blackfriars Road. So let's think about the routine I take for this junction. So we can see I'm already in a primary position, which tends to be my default position for most junction turns. So let's look at the routine. So I look over my shoulder. So I'm in a good position already, I feel, and I signal. So I'm applying the 4 key skills. I'm using my observation. I'm positioning myself as well as I can. I'm communicating with others. And when the lights change, there they go. I'm just looking over my shoulder one more time. I would need to give way to oncoming traffic here, but in this case, there's no one to give way to. And I just check my right shoulder, which is just an important final shoulder check to do, just to make sure it's clear before turning. So we're currently on Blackfriars Road, and this is what I think is, by and large, a really, really good piece of cycling infrastructure. So it's well surfaced, it's reasonably wide. It's a fantastic cycle route, in my opinion. There are, though, some things to think about. So we've got some side roads here. So I would have priority if anyone was coming out of that side road or coming across the cycle lane. So I would have priority there, but still something to be aware of. And you might have spotted as well that we've got some other things to think about. We've got these island bus stops. So yeah, when we do use these segregated cycleways, we do need to slow down for pedestrians. They do have priority, as they would do here if using the zebra crossing. But yeah, do look out for pedestrians using the island bus stops. They do have priorities. So yeah, important to give way and slow down if we need to. So yeah, a very large junction that we're just going to go straight over here. I'm just waiting for the traffic lights to change. And yeah, this is the beginnings really of Blackfriars Bridge up ahead. And as I said before, it's one of my favourite ways to cross the Thames. It's, you'll see in a moment, fantastic views, and just passing quite an interesting building on the left here, One Blackfriars, which is a skyscraper, quite an interesting shape on the left there. Now there's lots and lots of cyclists around, and I thought it would just be a good moment to mention, yeah, how we can interact positively with each other. So, yeah, it's just important to pass each other nice and wide, give each other lots of space, and yeah, communicate with each other and interact and share space as positively as we can. So this is the fantastic Blackfriars Bridge. We've got St Paul's Cathedral on the right, which is one of the landmarks of London. This version of St Paul's was designed by Christopher Wren, a famous architect. And yeah, this version of St Paul's was built after the Great Fire of London. So around 1710, I believe, was when it was finished. And as you can see, fantastic views over the bridge, and we can see the traffic on the right of the cycle lane is pretty standstill. So yeah, this is just a good illustration again of how cycling is a great way and a very efficient way to travel in London or in any town centre really. So yeah, when I do plan my journeys, I usually get to my destination more or less when I expect to, which is another benefit of cycling. Anyway, I'm just about to turn off the cycle lane here, so I've looked behind, I'm signalling left. Now this left turn is quite tricky. You need to slow right down here because you can see the section of pavement there that is just there. I'm just turning around there. So yeah, just do slow down and take that one nice and slow if you do need to. And turning onto this cycle lane, which leads us onto the Embankment. So up ahead, of course, we've got the London Eye. And if I was going to continue in this direction, it would bring me towards the Houses of Parliament and Westminster, that part of London. So this is the last part of our journey now, and just wanted to say thank you for watching, and do keep your eyes peeled for future films on the channel. I've got an interesting one coming up which I hope will interest you and lots of viewers. So I'm going to be cycling with my son, and we'll focus on the topic of how to support children or kids of ours, if we have them, when we cycle. So yeah, I thought it would be an interesting film for lots of people. Lots of us do ride with children, or we might ride with somebody who's not experienced. So that film will cover some fundamentals such as how to position ourselves when we ride with others. So yeah, do keep your eyes peeled for that film, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you at the next one. Take care.